Diddy has seemingly made some friends on the inside, and apparently they're doing his dirty work for him. New reports suggest that fellow Brooklyn inmates have been keeping Diddy's jail cell clean and pristine, even making the bed for him. And that's not all. There are also reports that other inmates are making Diddy snacks and allowing him to use their phone accounts to make his calls.
Well, Natasha and Steve, for the first time in his life, Sean Diddy Combs has spent a week behind bars. He's here inside MDC, where he's been since his arrest on Monday night on federal trafficking and other charges, to all of which he's pleaded not guilty. There's no VIP section, there is no concierge, only conmen, killers, and kingpins.
Diddy, the renowned music and cultural icon, is now navigating a life behind bars. New reports have surfaced revealing that Diddy is not just surviving, but seemingly thriving behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Fellow inmates are allegedly doing his dirty work, keeping his cell clean, making his bed, and even preparing snacks for him. It's a bizarre twist in a story that has already captured headlines for its shocking allegations. Since his arrest on September 16th, Diddy has been embroiled in serious legal troubles. He faces federal charges of racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking, with prosecutors alleging he has been running a decades-long scheme involving victims and recording assaults. Now, as he sits in MDC, Diddy seems to have made some unexpected friends among the inmates. It's reported that they're not just keeping his living space tidy, they're also allowing him to use their phone accounts for calls. Imagine that. Diddy, once surrounded by luxury and fame, now relying on fellow inmates for basic comforts like snacks and clean sheets. What's particularly interesting is why these inmates are willing to help him out. Some may idolize Diddy for his music career, while others might see an opportunity to gain favor with a high-profile figure. In prison, relationships can be complex. Sometimes helping someone like Diddy can lead to potential benefits down the line. It's a fascinating dynamic that plays out within those concrete walls. Former Deputy Warden Dr. D. Wayne Hendrick sheds light on this unusual situation. He notes that it's not uncommon for celebrity inmates to receive special treatment from their peers.
We're also getting some interesting reports since he's been moved to this area. One of the reports or tips we got is that other inmates are actually making Diddy's bed for him. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that's not necessarily uncommon, especially for someone of his celebrity status, especially if he's being housed with individuals that aren't a threat to him or he's not a threat to them. So I'm assuming they probably are maybe doing some favors for him, maybe even cooking food in the microwave. I mean, they don't have microwaves, probably whipping up some type of meals from the commissary dishes. Now, they are to have hot water at a certain temperature where they can cook certain processed foods that they buy in commissary, and they're also charged with having ice machines. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably not cooking for him, as well as doing other favors, maybe even washing his clothes. So that's not a surprise.
Diddy's presence likely brings a certain level of status within the prison community, which could explain why some inmates are eager to assist him. They might think that by doing favors now, they could secure something valuable later, perhaps even a connection when they're back on the outside. But it doesn't stop there. Allegations have emerged that Diddy is using the phone accounts of other inmates to make calls, an attempt to evade monitoring by authorities. Prosecutors claim he has orchestrated unauthorized three-way calls to communicate with individuals on his no-contact list, while trying to influence witness testimonies from behind bars. It's a risky game he's playing, one that could lead to further legal complications. As I think about this whole situation, it strikes me how surreal it is for someone like Diddy, a man who once ruled the music industry, to be reduced to relying on others for basic tasks in jail. The contrast between his past life of luxury and fame and his current reality serves as a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. I can't help but wonder what goes through his mind as he navigates this new environment. The conditions at MDC are far from ideal. Overcrowding, violence, and staffing issues plague the facility. Since Diddy's arrival, concerns about safety have been raised. 2 inmates were killed at MDC since June, and several others have died by suicide over recent years. Despite these alarming statistics, it's common for defendants like Diddy to be housed at MDC while awaiting trial. Interestingly, Diddy was initially placed in a secure unit designed for high-profile inmates but has since been moved to general population. This transition has allowed him to forge connections with other inmates who are now assisting him with various tasks. Some reports even suggest that these inmates are doing favors for Diddy in hopes of securing future benefits or connections once they are released. And let's not forget about social media. Reports indicate that Diddy has even attempted to influence public perception from behind bars by having others post supportive messages on Instagram. How is this possible? While inmates typically don't have direct access to social media, some manage to find ways around the rules, using contraband cell phones or having friends post on their behalf. Moreover, allegations have surfaced that Diddy is paying off some of these inmates for their assistance, particularly for using their phone accounts. This practice isn't uncommon in jails across the country. Inmates often find ways to circumvent monitoring by utilizing each other's resources. However, this strategy comes with significant risks, as all calls are recorded, and any suspicious activity could attract unwanted attention from prison authorities. As we continue to unravel this tangled tale of celebrity and crime, one thing becomes clear. P. Diddy is not just sitting idly by in jail. He's actively working behind the scenes to navigate this challenging environment. His attempts to manipulate circumstances raise questions about the lengths he will go to maintain control over his narrative, even from behind bars. As I reflect on this unfolding drama, I can't help but feel a mix of fascination and disbelief at how someone like P. Diddy is trying to navigate these treacherous waters while facing serious legal challenges. The lengths he seems willing to go in order to maintain influence, even from jail, are both intriguing and concerning. In conclusion, P. Diddy's saga is far from over. It continues to unfold with each passing day as new revelations emerge from within the walls of MDC. Will he find a way to manipulate circumstances in his favor? Or will these attempts lead him into deeper trouble? Only time will tell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.